Alrighty, guys, we did improve to 4-0 in our last 4 extra daily bets on my website yesterday. But before we get into some more of that, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to our NBA video here today for Monday, October 31st, 2022. Happy Halloween, everybody. Hopefully you get lots of candy here today. And man, that sounded creepy. Anyway, my name is Brock Page, and I've been doing sports picks for free right here on YouTube since 2016. I also sell my personal sports bets on Patreon.com/BrockPage. And once again, guys, I'm 4-0 my last 4 extra daily bets on that site. Now, the extra daily bet is a package that I offer on that website. It's only going to cost you just $2.99. And if you sign up for that package, you're going to get access to that membership for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus here, guys, I'll also include my daily best play for the next 30 days for you, absolutely free. It'll be included with your purchase of the extra daily bet. Now, we currently have over 650 members who are signed up and active on that site right now. And once again, guys, I'll include a link for today's extra daily bet in the description section below. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to take a look at the Kings at the Hornets, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Sacramento is -2 with the total at 233. And even though the Kings are favored on the road here, they've had a tough time on the defensive end of the court. They're allowing 119 points a night, and they're in the bottom 3 in defensive field goal percentage. They're also facing a Charlotte team who has little problems getting on the scoreboard. They're averaging 119 points a game, and they rank in the top 10 in shooting the 3-ball. Kevin Huerter's drilling 54% of his 3-pointers this year. Very good from long range. Meanwhile, teammate De'Aaron Fox, he's scoring 27 points a night, and he's averaging 7 boards. Now, when it comes to defensive play, the Hornets are doing an incredible job guarding the 3-ball. They're actually leading the league right now in defensive 3-point percentage. When it comes to the injury report, Rozier and Martin are doubtful. LaMelo Ball, he's still out with that ankle injury. When it comes to the total, Charlotte's 5-1 at the over to start the season. Meanwhile, the Kings saw 2 out of their last 3 get over the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Charlotte Hornets +2. Over 233. Next contest I have for you, it is going to be Sixers at the Wizards, and that'll be a 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in the nation's capital. Now, Philadelphia is -4 on the road here, totals 218, and I'll tell you this much, as much as they struggled in the early going, the Sixers are having little issue getting to the basket. They're in the top 5 in field goal percentage, and they're making 40% of their 3-pointers. Tyrese Maxey's making 47% of his shots from 3-land, and he ranks second on the team in scoring. Meanwhile, James Harden's averaging 21 points a night himself. Now he's taking on a Washington team who has a tough time slowing down the 3-ball themselves. They're actually in the bottom 10 in defensive 3-point percentage. They're also one of the lower scoring teams in the East. Now, injury-wise, Wright and Kispert, they're still listed as out for Washington. Meanwhile, on the other side of things for Philadelphia, Joel Embiid, he's been listed as day-to-day, so keep an eye on his status. You see with Joel a lot, he ends up getting listed as questionable, and he ends up playing. So keep an eye on him. It is not a lock for him to not play tonight. You know, there's definitely a possibility he could play. But regardless, I still think Philly's good enough to overcome his absence. Now, total-wise, Philadelphia is 4-2 to the under in their last 6. Meanwhile, the Wizards saw 4 out of their last 6 stay under the line. I'm going to lean toward Philadelphia -4, under 218. Next ball game, it is going to be Hawks at the Raptors, 7:30 Eastern start time. Toronto's -4.5, totals 223. And even though the Raptors are favored at home, they're one of the worst scoring teams in the game right now. They're averaging only 104 points a game, and they're in the bottom 5 in shooting from the field. Now, they're also facing an Atlanta team who does a nice job defensively. They're in the top 10 in defensive field goal percentage, and they're limiting their competition to just 32% shooting from three land. When it comes to offensive production in this one, Trae Young scoring 31 points a game. He's averaging nearly double-digit assists. Meanwhile, DeJounte Murray, he's shooting nearly 40% from downtown. He's averaging 20 points a night as well. Now, when it comes to offensive production in this one, the Hawks are currently in the top 5 in the league in shooting from the field. When it comes to the total, the Hawks did see unders this year against the likes of Orlando and Houston. Meanwhile, Toronto is 4-2 to the under this season themselves. I'm going to lean toward Atlanta plus 4.5, under 223. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for part 1. It is going to be Pacers at the Nets, 7:30 Eastern start time. Brooklyn's -8 with the total at 237.5. And for a team laying 8 points here, the Nets have been pretty bad this season. They lost their last 4 straight, and they covered only 1 game all season long. And the biggest issue for Brooklyn has been their defensive effort. They're letting their opponents make 44% of their three-pointers against them. They're also allowing more points a game than any other club in the league. They're facing a Pacer team on the other side who's in the top 3 in the league in points per game themselves. Tyrese Halliburton's making 47% of his shots from beyond the arc. He's also the team's leading scorer with 23 points a game. Meanwhile, Benny Mathurin, he's drilling 43% of his shots from long distance, and he's also scoring 21 points a game off the bench. When it comes to the injury report, McConnell, Turner, Nesmith, they're all listed as questionable for the Pacers. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, Seth Curry's questionable with an ankle. When it comes to the total, 3 out of Brooklyn's last 4 did get over the number. Meanwhile, Indiana's 4-2 to the over in their last 6. I'm going to lean toward the Indiana Pacers +8 in the over 237.5. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. I like Charlotte +2 over 233. Give me Philadelphia -4 under 218. Atlanta +4.5 under 223. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we're 4-0 in our last 4 extra daily bets on my website. I like the Pacers +8 and the over 237.5. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my website. Now, guys, if you do end up getting a membership on my website, just keep in mind that all the cheaper memberships on my site are going to be included with your purchase. So, for example, if you sign up for the NBA tier package bet, all the cheaper memberships that I offer on that site, they're going to be included with your purchase absolutely free. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.